All right, welcome back. We're going to pick up posting where we left off. We're on our insurance expense adjustment. So we'll just come on down here and keep rolling. So with insurance, G20, it's a debit of 15,500. So 15,500 is now the balance, and 7120 is our number. Prepaid insurance is next. So we'll open prepaid insurance, the asset. G20 gets the credit of 15,500. And again, when you do this, as I've mentioned already, the value then of course should be the $2,500, which it is when you do that math. So we'll plug that in and put 1410 right back up here. Okay, last but not least is our depreciation expenses for our office equipment. So we'll start there. We have a debit of 7,250 and 7,110 is our post reference. And then our accumulated depreciation, we'll have to do a little bit of math here. We have the 31st G20, and it's a credit again of the 7,250. So we just need to add those two numbers together. We've got 11,424 and 7,250. We get $18,674. And then 1510 goes right up here. And then depreciation expense for our store equipment, a debit of 8,490, 7,115, and then accumulated depreciation for our store. Again, a credit of 8,490, and just a little bit of math, 27,765 plus 8,490 gives us $36,255. So now that we've posted, let's see what the next thing they want us to do is to enter the adjusted account balances on the adjusted trial balance. So as we scroll down here, our first one is going to be our allowance for uncollectible accounts. So we just start there. We put in our credit of $2,101.23. And then we do our merchandise inventory for a kitchen, which is $147.84.62. For the bath, we have $97,671.31. Supplies is $19.50. I believe prepaid insurance is $2,500, but I'm just gonna check real quick. Yes. And our next one is our accumulated depreciation for our office equipment, $18,674. And store equipment, is $36,255. And then I believe it starts all of our expenses. This one right here is going to be our federal income tax payable, which we'll deal with here in a second. So we're just going to leave that one blank for right now. And let's put our income summary for the kitchens in and the bath. Income summary is $6,194.62. And for the bath, $948.69. And then we've got our depreciation expenses. I love all the scrolling, don't you? I feel like they could have designed this a little bit better, but $250. And then store $8,490. Insurance expense $1,550. I should say 15,500. And then supplies has got to be our last one. I guess uncollectible accounts, don't forget about that. 1,000 or 4,147.89. 4,147.89. And uncollectible accounts expense is $2,023.85. Whew. All right. So we plug those in here. We have a few things left. We can, right now, let's put our federal income tax payable in here. We don't know our amounts yet, but we will eventually. And then this is going to be our expense. Once we get down here, this will be totals. So it says our next step that we need to do, step 4, is to calculate our federal income tax expense using the tax table presented in the lesson, and we're going to prepare and post our adjusting entry for our federal income tax expense. So at this point, what we can actually do is start to figure out what our net income is before income taxes. And so we just need to grab that information here. So in order to find those amounts, what we need to do is we need to find our net income before federal income taxes. And as we scroll down here, what we need to do is find where our income statement accounts start. If you remember, our income statement accounts start with our income summary. So what we do is we take all of our income statement credit accounts, which would be everything that's listed from income summary and down. We take all of these, we add those up, and then we subtract all of the amounts that are in our income statement debit column. So you can see all of those that are listed here. I'm not going to make us do that right now, but I am just telling you that's the way you need to do it when you do your application problem, is to start with your income summary. All of your credits add up, and then subtract up the total of all of your debits. When you do that, the amount that you end up getting is $77,938.69. And yes, I did have to pause the video and go make sure that those numbers did actually equal before I just said try that. So that's where I went off and paused there for a second. So that is your federal, your net income before we have taxes taken out. So what you actually need to do here is you need to use the tax table either found in your book on page 102. You can use the one that's given to you in the PowerPoint. It's the same one right here. So what we need to find is where does our 77,000 fall, and it's right in the one that's actually highlighted. So our tax bracket minimum taxable income is the 75,000. So what we do is we go back here and we plug in our 75,000, which is the minimum. And the difference between those two is the amount that's subject to our marginal tax rate. So when we do that, we end up with $2,938.69. That's just the difference between those two. So our net income that's subject to our marginal tax rate is the amount we just found. And then our marginal tax rate, you can see here, oops, let me go to this one. Our marginal tax rate is this 34% right here. So that's what we're going to plug in our marginal tax rate of 34.0%. And so when we take this 2,938.69 and multiply that by the 34%, our marginal income tax is $999.15. So the bracket minimum, what that is this $13,750. We're going to pay that plus whatever the amount is over 75,000, and that's what gets subject to the 34%. So our bracket minimum is $13,750. Then we add the $99.15, which is the amount that's subject to the marginal tax. And that total, everybody, is the amount that we owe the federal government for this year based on the amount of money or net income that we earned, which when you do that, it's $14,749.15. So before we go getting too crazy, what we need to figure out is how much have we already paid to our federal income tax. So let's go over here and let's check our federal income tax expense. And it says that so far we've already paid $12,000. So what we need to do is take the difference between these two numbers, because so far, remember, we make quarterly payments, so we must be making $3,000 payments. We make $3,000 payments every month, and we have so far paid in $12,000, but we owe $14,000. So the difference between those numbers is our federal income tax expense. So what we do is we come back up here, we put the 31st, and then we put our federal income tax expense. And the difference between those two numbers is $2,749.15. And then federal income tax payable, obviously, gets $2,749.15, gets the credit. So the last thing that we have to do here is we have to go and post these two numbers. I guess I forgot to bring my number up here for my accumulated depreciation. Whoopsie poopsie. 1520. Okay, so we'll put our federal income tax expense in here. $31st, G20. It's a debit of $2,749.15, and we get $14,749.15, and then 8105 goes right up here, and then our federal income tax payable. A credit of $2,749.15. And then 2305 goes right up here. So the last thing we have to do is just bring our balances down here. So again, our federal income tax payable is, what would we just put in there? $2,749.15. And then our federal income tax expense, that's got that $14,749.15. And then last, of course, is we need to total. Now, I'm going to be a cheat, and I'm going to go look up the correct answer because I'm not going to have us sit here for 15 minutes and plug those in. Of course, you will actually have to do it when you do your totals for your other one. But I'll pause here for a second. I'll go grab those numbers, and then we'll finish up. All right, good thing I went to go check because we'd be punching in numbers forever if we were sitting here. So actually I had to use my phone because our little calculators at school don't actually go this high. Didn't know that. But the correct answer is 1,095,911.24. $1,095,911.24. So again, everything that we've done here, you start with your adjusting entries, you post those. You have to put those in before you can find your net income, because some of your expenses will be off if you don't. Then you have to figure out your federal income tax adjustment. Once you've done that, then you can go ahead, plug that in, and then your adjusted trial balance should be correct, which is all the steps that we've done. So head over and do your on your own, and then you'll have your application problem to try for tomorrow for the actual points. Good luck.